What happens when the predator becomes the prey? In Dexter, Resurrection Episode 6, that's exactly what we see. The hunter, the man who's always been in control, suddenly finds himself in someone else's crosshairs. For years, Dexter has perfected the art of stalking without being seen, of killing without leaving a trace. But this time, the rules have changed. Every move he makes, every shadow he slips into, seems to be shadowed by someone else. And in this deadly game, even one mistake could be the end. The episode opens with the kind of precision that fans know well, Dexter moving through the dark streets, following his newest target. His eyes are sharp, his steps calculated, his plan flawless. He's been watching this man for weeks, learning his routines, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Tonight feels like that night. The sound of rain masks his footsteps and the hum of the city hides his breathing. Everything seems under control, but then something changes. The target takes a sudden turn into an alley he never uses. Dexter frowns but follows. He sees a flash of movement, not from his target, but from a figure at the far end of the alley. A stranger. The man stands still for a moment, watching. Then, as quickly as he appeared, he's gone. At first, Dexter thinks it's nothing, maybe a random passerby. But deep down, something doesn't feel right. As the hunt continues, small things start to gnaw at Dexter's confidence. A reflection in a store window shows someone behind him. A parked car's headlights turn on just as he passes. And once, when he checks his watch, he notices a faint red dot on his sleeve, a laser sight, gone in a blink. Each moment is so small that it could be coincidence, but together they paint a picture he doesn't want to see. He's being watched. The tension rises when Dexter's phone buzzes with an unknown number. The message is short, just 2 words, too slow. He freezes, scanning the empty street around him. It's a message meant to taunt him, to let him know he's not the only predator in the city. And worse, whoever this is, they know enough? To find him in the middle of a hunt, for the first time in years, Dexter feels something unfamiliar, the weight of vulnerability. His once uncheckable rhythm now falters. Every sound seems louder, every shadow deeper. He knows that to survive, he needs to adapt fast. But in this dangerous game, one wrong move won't just cost him his prey. It could cost him his life. The rain hasn't stopped, and neither has the gnawing feeling in Dexter's chest. He moves through the city with the same precision as before, but now every step feels heavier. Every reflection in a shop window, every pair of footsteps behind him could be them. He's not just following his target anymore. He's scanning for a shadow that might be scanning him back. It doesn't take long for the signs to grow louder. That same unknown number sends another message. Missed a spot. Attached is a photo, grainy, taken from above of Dexter's own parking spot, his car in frame. It's recent. Too recent. He stops in his tracks, realizing whoever this is knows where he parks, where he starts his nights. This isn't some rookie stumbling into his path. This is someone with skill. Someone who studied him. As the episode unfolds, the scope of this new hunter becomes clearer. Dexter starts noticing patterns, small, almost unnoticeable shifts in his environment. Trash cans move to block alleys. Streetlights that go out right as he approaches. Even his chosen kill location for the night. It's been tampered with. The tools he hid there earlier in the week? Gone. In their place, a single calling card. A blood-red playing card, the Queen of Hearts, tucked neatly into the ropes he left behind. A message, but also a challenge. Dexter can't ignore the truth anymore. Someone is turning his own methods against him. This hunter doesn't just know the city. They know Dexter's process. They anticipate his moves like they've read the final page of his playbook before he's even started. The psychological game begins to press in. He starts replaying the past in his mind, wondering if he's crossed paths with this person before. Was it a surviving victim's family member? An old associate from Miami who's pieced things together? Or could it be someone entirely new? A predator drawn to the legend of the Bay Harbor Butcher, determined to outdo him? Dexter's next move is cautious. He abandons his hunt for the night's target and focuses on tracing his new opponent. He sets up subtle bait, leaving one of his tools hidden in a place only someone watching closely would notice. Hours later, when he returns, it's gone. In its place, another card, this time the King of Spades. The message couldn't be clearer. The game is on. And the stakes are personal, but the most chilling moment of the episode comes near the end of this sequence. Dexter arrives home, careful to check for any tales. His apartment is quiet, untouched, until he notices a faint smell of bleach in the air. On the kitchen counter sits his own knife, the one he lost in Miami years ago, gleaming under the light. He didn't put it there. And scrawled across a piece of masking tape on the blade's handle are 3 words. "Your turn, Dexter." The camera lingers on his expression, a flicker of fear, quickly smothered by determination. The hunter has shown themselves, not in person, but through perfect precision. This is no ordinary threat. This is someone who knows him almost too well. And for the first time in a long time, Dexter realizes he's not the only one in this city who's been perfecting the art of the hunt. By now, the air around Dexter feels heavier, charged with an energy he can't shake. Every movement, every glance over his shoulder feels like it could reveal the hunter's eyes staring right back at him. He's walked in the shoes of a predator for so long that being stalked feels alien, almost unbearable. Yet there's a strange familiarity to it, the precision, the patience. This isn't sloppy, it's calculated. Almost personal. The hunter isn't making mistakes, and that unnerves Dexter more than he's willing to admit. They're not rushing to confront him, not stumbling into his path. Instead, they're pressing in slowly, like a constrictor, tightening the psychological noose a little more with each passing day. Every small reminder is deliberate, designed to break his rhythm. One evening, Dexter finds a folded piece of paper wedged in his doorframe. No words, just a hand-drawn map of the city with several points circled. They're all locations where he's taken a life. Some are recent, others date back years, even decades. The paper smells faintly of cologne, a scent Dexter doesn't recognize. The implication is clear. This hunter doesn't just know who he is now. They've dug deep into his history. They've studied him. Sleep becomes a stranger. Dexter lies awake, running through mental blueprints of his own hunting patterns, analyzing them like an outsider would. How would he trap himself? What weak points has he overlooked all these years? The answer chills him. Too many. His mind, once a tool for precision, now spirals into paranoia. He starts to imagine footsteps in the hall, whispers in the alley. The hunter exploits this perfectly. Dexter's freezer, always a place of control and order, becomes another battlefield. One night, when he opens it, he finds a single glass jar inside. Floating in clear liquid is a lock of hair, blonde, familiar. His pulse spikes when he realizes it matches the hair of a victim from over a decade ago, one he thought he had erased from existence. How could they possibly have this? And more importantly, what else do they have? Rather than confronting Dexter directly, the hunter starts mirroring his own tactics. A dead animal, carefully laid out on his doorstep, posed in the exact same ritualistic way Dexter arranges his kills. A photograph slipped under his windshield wiper showing him at a crime scene from years ago. Even the choice of prey is taunting. The hunter seems to be targeting people Dexter would have chosen, almost as if they're offering a twisted competition. This is no longer about killing, it's about control. And control is something Dexter can't afford to lose. The game has shifted into a silent war of messages and countermoves, each testing the other's patience and skill. But the hunter has one advantage Dexter can't match: they're on the offensive. Dexter is reacting, and that's a position he despises. In a rare moment of vulnerability, he considers walking away, disappearing, starting over, but that thought lasts only seconds. He knows it's impossible. This isn't just a game to the hunter, it's a hunt with an end goal. And if Dexter doesn't turn the table soon, he's not going to be the one telling this story when it's over. The sequence ends with Dexter discovering a fresh message burned into the wood of his work table. 2 steps ahead. The words are shallow but jagged, cut by someone who knew exactly how to get in and out without leaving more than a whisper of their presence. Dexter runs his fingers over the grooves and feels something he hasn't felt in years, The thrill of being truly challenged, fear and excitement intertwine. The hunter has drawn him into their game, and Dexter is ready to play. The rain finally stops. But the tension doesn't. The city feels eerily quiet, as if it knows a storm far more dangerous than weather is building. Dexter has had enough of reacting. The unease, the sleepless nights, the constant feeling of being observed, it's over. He decides it's time to flip the game. For once, he will dictate the rules again. He starts by mapping out everything he knows about his stalker. Every message, every planted clue, every location tied to their taunts gets plotted on a wall in his apartment. Lines and pins stretch across the map like a web. His hunter's movements are deliberate, almost poetic. If he can predict the pattern, he can predict the next move. But that's the problem. The pattern keeps changing, like the hunter is rewriting it the moment Dexter starts to understand it. Dexter turns to what he knows best, creating a kill room. Not for a random target, but for the hunter themselves. He chooses an abandoned warehouse on the edge of the city, isolated, easy to control. He plants bait, a supposed clue to his next victim, deliberately sloppy, knowing the hunter won't able to resist checking it out. Plastic sheets cover the floor, tools are laid out with surgical precision, and he waits in the shadows. Pulse steady. Hours pass. Nothing, then footsteps, slow, deliberate. The door creaks open, and a figure steps inside, hooded, gloved, scanning the space with a flashlight. They move like someone who knows they're walking into danger, yet they keep going. The beam of light catches the edge of the plastic, the shine of metal, and then they smile. Before Dexter can make a move, there's a snap, his own wire. Snare tightening around his ankle. He's yanked off balance, crashing to the floor. The hunter moves fast, cutting through the room in a blur, kicking away his tools. The trap was never his, it was theirs. Every bait, every detail in this warehouse had been accounted for. Dexter's eyes lock on the intruder, but their face stays hidden. The voice that comes next is low, controlled, and terrifyingly familiar. You've been predictable for far too long, Dexter. The hunter doesn't linger, though. They back toward the exit, leaving him bound just long enough to make a point that they could have ended him right there if they wanted. Then they vanish into the night. Freeing himself takes longer than it should. Every knot, every piece of wire was chosen with intent, a quiet insult to his skills. When he finally stands, his warehouse is empty, his carefully laid plan dismantled. He's not just behind anymore. He's outplayed. The episode ends with the camera following Dexter back to his apartment. He unlocks the door, steps inside, and freezes. On his kitchen table sits a neatly wrapped box. No note, no sound. He opens it slowly, and inside is something that makes his breath catch, one of his own blood slides, the kind he's kept hidden for years, stolen from his private stash. Beneath it, a simple white card with 4 words written in black ink. Hunter becomes the hunted. Dexter stares at the card, jaw tight. The rules have changed completely. His opponent doesn't just want to kill him, they want to dismantle him, piece by piece. And now, more than ever, Dexter knows this isn't about survival anymore. This is about dominance. The screen fades to black, leaving us with the image of Dexter standing alone holding the blood slide, as a faint smile curls at the corner of his mouth. Fear is still there, but so is something else, the dangerous thrill of knowing that for the first time in years, he's up against someone worthy of his full attention. Asterisk.